that of the 81,000 metric tons of grain received by the Grain Marketing Board with a cumulative value of 257 million ZIG and 23 million US dollars, only 57 million ZIG has been paid, leaving a balance of 200 million ZIG. 15 million US dollars has been paid, leaving a balance of 8 million US dollars. So sadly, this is a very insalubrious situation indeed, because farmers have put in the effort, have delivered, but are still waiting for payment. The bulk of that payment relates to summer grains. So it means grain delivered between April and October, and a bit of wheat that has now been delivered to the GMB, just under 4,000 metric tons. So we risk running into this interactive gridlock where we have not finished paying from one season and we now have intake for another season, which sadly we have not been able to pay on time. Because government uses a cash budgeting system and that there are competing priorities for the scarce resources, it is understandable that Treasury is behind with these payments, and we unreservedly apologize to farmers on behalf of the Zimbabwe government that we are behind with these payments, although we are making stinted efforts to pay farmers. The plan, of course, is to be able to pay farmers timeously. I look forward to a day when farmers are paid as they deliver, and look forward to a day where farmers are actually paid in advance. But the plan that we are putting in place as an alternative to complement the fiscus is the establishment of the Crop Purchase Buffer Fund. A Crop Purchase Buffer Fund would be resourced from the sale of limited parcels of urban land under the Agricultural Finance Corporation, and they are in the process of doing that and establishing this $50 million war chest that will be able to summon at an appropriate time should there be a gap between what farmers have delivered and the ability of fiscus to honor that obligation. And then with the warehouse receipt system, then we'll be able to allocate the warehouse receipts to this crop purchase buffer fund. Additionally, the government now has a liberalized structured marketing system where the GMB's sole responsibility is to be able to purchase only from surplus generated by the Presidential Input Scheme, Fumvudza Intwasa, and all the production from the other financed scheme. And this is dedicated to the Strategic Grain Reserve, largely for social welfare purposes. All other requirements, be it feed or commercial milling, must be directly met by the players, the actors themselves. So a milling company must ensure that they secure their raw material requirements through contracting farmers, and if there is a shortfall, they must go into the market to purchase. So that then lessens the burden on the fiscus and on GMB. This, as of today, has resulted in the over 900,000 metric tons harvested. GMB only has an 8% market share, because that is what GMB is purchasing, only ADA and PIP produced, and the rest is now going to the private sector. So the proportion of the grain that has not been paid is less than 6%. The rest, 94%, has been paid, and because it has gone largely to the private sector. So in asking these questions and in responding, it must be contextual. Thank you very much.